All right, good evening, everyone. I believe I am live. Welcome to my channel. I am the Mad Computer Scientist. On this channel, I discuss math, computer science, and technology topics that are of interest to me, usually. At least I would like to get back to that soon. On Fridays, I like to do something a little bit different and a little more lighthearted, and I like to try to find videos that I think do not show good logic. Now, tonight I was rather busy, which honestly I should be a lot freer now that I'm close to the end of the year. And I didn't quite have time to find something that I wanted, so I thought I would just go straight to the bottom of the barrel and pick out a spirit science video. Today's video is something that is apparently a remake from a 2019 video called Thoughts Are Things. Now, if you have seen Jordan before, you know what to expect from spirit science. I mean, a lot of it seems to sound nice. He seems to sound like he means well, but he says the most bizarre stuff. Now, I suppose there are things about his particular organization that make it somewhat cult-like, but I have no idea if that is true or not, and it's best for me not to speculate. I would rather just to enjoy his wacky little videos without having to think about it too much. With that being said, let's get into the video. But before we do that, if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you hit the subscribe button, be sure to ring that notification bell. And if you find this content useful, please share it out. Give me a second here while I try to adjust the settings. We need to share the video again. And I need to make sure I'm sharing sound. There we go. And we have a wacky quote here. The religion of the future will be a cosmic religion. It should transcend personal God and avoid dogma and theology. I don't know how you're going to avoid theology and be a religion, but I'm sure he's going to tell us in a way that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Transcend personal God
and I can see there's an issue here right now. Let me fix that in just a second. All right, and now there shouldn't be any echo on my end. Athena says hello to everyone. She just came up. And I'm petting her. And some of it is even correct. That might have been true when this video was made, but it is no longer true. Jordan should have updated that line if he was going to remake the video. Have you, I don't know, maybe considered presenting something coherent and not trying to say, I'm just putting ideas out? At least have the courage to state your ideas as if they were facts, even if they are not. And in Jordan's case, they usually are not. Listen, you say religions are the only organizations that have worked for the soul, but I think you are leaving cobblers and shoe manufacturers out of this one unfairly. Think about the cobblers and shoe manufacturers. Yes, I know exactly what my cat is going to say before she says it, because she really only ever says meow. Jordan, I really love that phrasing. In the world of science, is this a new theme park, Jordan? How do I get tickets? The mind is nothing but an emergent property of the brain as is consciousness. You're trying to define this as something mystical, but mystical does not mean poorly understood. And the fact is, if we had a good idea what consciousness actually is, we could probably get computers to simulate better than we actually can right now. Imagine what a difference that would make to the fields like artificial intelligence, Jordan. All right, I had forgotten I've seen this guy before. He's going he's going to go into noetic science at some point, and noetic science is simply basically just woo. The first time I encountered the phrase was after the Da Vinci Code when I was a reporter, when someone was trying to get me to cover noetic science as if the Da Vinci Code were somehow real. And yes, Gaia is an excellent place to look up science information. And I thought we had already gotten there. And no, they didn't. Sorry if that was a spoiler. No, I think they said observe the act of observing something changes it, which is not what you're talking about, Jordan. And I wonder how much of this was due to confirmation bias. Jordan, if I can't read those papers, I guarantee you can't. You know why? Because neither of us is a physicist. What does that even mean? No, seriously, that's an amazing string of words that you've sliced together there, but the words, while they individually have meaning, have absolutely no meaning in that sentence. Athena. And let's not forget about his research assistant, Soda. No, they don't. This sounds dangerously close to Scientology. And after I get all my spheres up to 6 dots, do I ascend then? Seriously, life is not a role-playing game, Jordan. Zero and one are masculine and feminine. Jordan, neither mathematicians nor computer scientists think numbers or digits have a gender or a sex. How about I call it my imagination? So you're saying that an inventor can psychically project his invention to all of his colleagues so they can all think about something he wants to keep secret. Did you even think about this before you wrote this, Jordan? If we have the science to back it up, when did you share it? Is it coming up later in the video? Because I think multiple people have addressed this point. Hmm. Now, when you say emotions have more gravity, do you mean they have more like gravitas, or do you literally mean they pull with more force? And I love that you think spirit science is something that compels me. And Jordan, this is what we call confirmation bias. Yes, it is true that one bad event can change our perception of the day, but it's been my experience that the day isn't necessarily good or bad, it's just my perception of it a lot of the times. This is going to get pretty gross here. No, thinking about illness the most does not necessarily make you sicker. Okay, I've had enough of spirit science for tonight, and I'm also getting tired. So, gee, come on, let's stop sharing. I'm gonna have to go blur that part out at the end. And I would like everyone to like, comment, and subscribe. And as soon as this is processed, I'm going to just blur out what came on the screen there. Have a good night, everyone, and go out and write some code.